This past week would be like heaven to a writer for Saturday Night Live. But I'm curious what we'll see this Saturday based on what happened this week. Now, first, you've got the attack at the Pelosi house. So this guy, and the guy was an illegal alien from Canada. He was homeless. And oh, yeah, he was mentally handicapped homeless and living in a yellow school bus. He breaks into the home in his underwear. Okay, stop the press right there. Just stop. Who could create a story that begins with this line? I mean, this is funny with nothing else being said or written. Of course, he confronts Pelosi or vice versa. Pelosi, of course, is in his underwear and they begin to wrestle over a hammer. It's about this time that the police show up to witness all of this stuff. Now, the backdrop here is this is in San Francisco. Ready for this? Who's got a bigger homeless problem? Who has a bigger crime problem? And it's a sanctuary city for illegal aliens. I mean, this would write itself and it would be so funny. Will they cover it? And just as a side note, the very week this happens, Kamala Harris is on television talking about how she loves yellow school buses. Are you kidding me? I mean, I can't help but find humor in this, and I hope that all of us through Saturday Night Live will be able to just really have a laugh out over this stuff. And then you have Joe Biden's speech. Now, normally when a president gives a closing statement in a big election, really important stuff. And his message was to show that all Republicans are a threat to democracy. The problem is, and here we go with another Saturday Night Live skit, in the exact same speech that he says that, he also says that his son Beau died in Iraq. And we all know, not true, his son died terribly from cancer in Bethesda, Maryland. The same speech that he says Republicans are a threat to democracy, he says that he actually had a conversation with the guy who was a Canadian doctor who invented insulin for diabetics. And the problem with that is that doctor died before Joe Biden was even born. And the craziest of all, he actually took credit for the Social Security cost of living adjustment that is taking place. And by the way, that's called COLA. COLA was passed by Congress in 1973. It just says that, Social Security recipients will receive a pay increase based on inflation. That's all that it is. And he's taking credit for that. This happens every speech that he gives. You know what really gets me? If Saturday Night Live is not going to do skits on this, at least I wish the press would nail his butt to the wall on this stuff. I don't care if it's dementia. I remember when Trump became president, on Inauguration Day, Trump exaggerated the numbers. Remember that? For days after that, Sean Spicer was just obliterated day after day in the press conferences over that one exaggeration. And Saturday Night Live took it to the max. We'll see tomorrow night.